One Nation support, it's the most amazing political phenomenon I've seen for I don't know how long. How it's gone from very low to leading in some states. I know that it's a protest signal to tell the polls to this. We do not know how it's actually going to transfer into seats in Parliament. I've got my doubts. But how do you explain this, like I say, explosion of support for One Nation?
Andrew, I think it's what Danica said. They're hearing from Pauline Hanson. Well, she's been saying it now for 27 plus years, but they're hearing from her exactly how they're feeling. They're watching what is happening in Australia. They're watching the so-called shame we're meant to have about being Australians, that it's not our land, it's not our home. And she is saying what they are thinking. And I think that is why people are turning to One Nation. And what I know is that of all of the members they've had, new members they've had sign up, and I think they're averaging around 2,000 new members every 10 days. So put that into perspective. 79% of those have never been a member of a political party. So it's not about necessarily stealing. Yes, they are stealing votes from the Coalition and Labor and other parties, but they're actually enlivening a whole new base which haven't been motivated before to even be interested in politics, because they're seeing what is happening to this country and they're finally seeing a politician out there who's saying what they think.
Yeah, but Danica, I'm hearing people say, commentators, a couple in them I've got in mind, one I mentioned in my column today, suggesting, this is just populism, like there's somehow a sin to listen to the populists. I always thought the essence of democracy was vox populi, that you listen to the public. Apparently that's a sin, and Hanson is the chief sinner. I mean, do you understand this fear that she is actually talking about issues that appeal to so many voters?
No, that's just the usual narrative from the left, Andrew. They're the ones that are scared, OK? The majority of Australians, I believe, are starting to wake up. And if you look at the latest polling, it suggests exactly that. In my view, what's happened here is Australia has changed, particularly over the last 2 years since October 7, 2023. We've got anti-Semitism running rife. We've got flags of terror groups being waved. We've got hate preachers elated over the attacks. And it all culminated in the Bondi terrorist attack, the largest terrorist attack on home soil, where 15 people were murdered in cold blood. Now, who has been the constant? Who's been the constant warning about radical Islam, warning about the dangers of mass migration from the day that she was put into the parliament? It's Pauline Hanson. And there is a blueprint over in the UK that Nigel Farage on the exact same trajectory. People trust him because he's been talking about mass migration his entire career. People trust Pauline Hanson because she's been talking about mass migration her entire career. I think all that's happened is the face of Australia has changed, and we've got voters waking up that the only person, the only constant out of all of this has been Pauline Hanson, and the major parties haven't caught up to that.
I just wonder, Leisa, when I was listening to that, I was getting an image of Pauline Hanson as sort of like the family sofa. I mean, it may not be necessarily only that she says what is now, something that a lot of people are responding to, but the mere fact that she is a constant, she is like, the art that comes around for decades now, and it's a familiarity, something constant in a world of far too much change that people are responding to as well.
And the other thing, Andrew, is the more that the establishment attack Pauline Hanson, particularly now that she's growing in the polls and she has got that membership base that is growing, I think it will help push her along even further. So as much as Labor and even the Coalition want to say she's a protest party, Labor want to attack her on every front and every lefty in the world will go after her, I actually think that will embolden her. As long as she can continue to be as resilient as she has, I think we'll continue to see this membership base grow. And the real test will be what happens at the by-election.
Yeah, look, and the South Australian election, I agree. The air could go out of the balloon very quickly if that doesn't, if the One Nation voters don't turn up. Leisa, Goddard, Danica Di Giorgio, thank you very much to you both.